There's that man again.
Sometimes you want that ocean breeze type of feel when you wear your fragrance. Now, I have a few of them here that can actually accomplish that for you. Stay tuned, I'll tell you about them. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Teddy Files. I'm your resident sommelier, Mr. Dearest Teddy, and today we're talking about fragrances that give you that oceanic feel. You know, sometimes if for those of us who have been on cruises and things of that nature, or even just been to the beach or down a harbor or something like that, that beautiful ocean air that comes off of that water that hits your nose in the summertime and all of those types of things, that's a nostalgic, beautiful smell and feeling. And there are fragrances that actually try to capture that or would enhance that. So I have about 8 of them today, actually. But the first one that I want to talk about is one that to me epitomizes the ocean breeze, and that would be Salvatore Ferragamo, Acqua Essenziale. So this one, I talked about it a couple of weeks ago. I know a lot of times people talk more about the Acqua Essenziale Blue, which is an amazing fragrance. I have that as well, but they don't talk a lot about this one. And when you just want beautiful ocean air, just that saltiness in the air from that seawater smell, that sea spray type of thing. This right here, you cannot go wrong with. It's actually somewhat minty as well, because I believe it has mint in the notes, has a little bit of lemon leaf to give you some of that citrusy feel, but also it has sea notes, lavender, rosemary and geranium, and it gives you that gives you that little bit of floral. But the woodsy vetiver and musk at the end of it is what really makes this fragrance a solid pick for the summertime, for any kind of beach walk or sailing day or anything like that. This right here is perfect. It's also great for the office. It gives you about a good 6 hours of longevity, so that's not bad at all. This one right here has it's done me well quite a few times, and in all honesty, I believe this fragrance will do you well as well, and that would be Acqua Essenziale by Salvatore Ferragamo. So the next one that I got coming up, I purchased this a long time ago when I went on, I believe, my second cruise. This was just coming out at that time, and it is a cheapy gem in the fragrance community. It was not a cheapy gem then. This was the hot, fresh thing off the presses, and that would be Nautica Voyage. So yes, it's a cheapy gem now, but there was a time when this top did that. See, this is the original formula. I don't have the new formula, so I have no idea what it smells like. But this right here, when you spray this, beautiful ocean water, just a sea breeze smell. You get a lot of that green and that apple at the top, but it really smells extremely oceanic. I'm surprised there's no ambergris or anything in this. It does have lotus and mimosa. It has musk, cedar, and oak moss with a little bit of amber at the back. The amber balances it out. Doesn't really bring a whole bunch of sweetness to it. It's not the longest lasting fragrance. Even back then, it wasn't that long lasting. It's about 4 or 5 hours at the most, but the scent experience is amazing. The sillage around it is absolutely astonishing. This fragrance right here has been a tried and true gem in the community for a long time, and it still holds true to this day. So if you want something that's going to be great by the ocean, great by the water, great in the high heat, you cannot go wrong with Nautica Voyage. So raise your hand if you're a fan of Tommy Bahama. Always have been, probably always will be. They make great fragrances. They do not last very long, so just don't come in thinking that you're going to get a lot of longevity. It's here for a good time and not a long time. I was a fan of all of the original formula fragrances. There's a couple that were like my top two. This will be number 3 on the list for me in Tommy Bahama, but I'm so glad that I have this in my collection, and that would be Tommy Bahama St. Barts. So, talking about smelling like a party, man, just you smell that tequila, that lime, the C notes. I mean, you close your eyes and you can just smell a boat party around you. If you've never been on a boat party, then you probably don't know what a boat party smells like around you. But if it smells like anything, it smells like this right here. I mean, you got that beautiful lime that gives it that zestiness at the top, but you get that alcoholic like feel from the tequila mixed with the C notes and the agave. You get that sea salt, some sweetness from the guava, the green notes, the palm leaf, I mean the musk, vanilla. This is absolutely phenomenal. This is a phenomenal fragrance. Always has been. My favorite from the house, it's the original Very Cool, not the one that they have out now. The one that they have out now, it's okay. It's okay. But the original Very Cool, that was a masterpiece. I don't know why they changed the formula, but hey, I bought the remade one. I got rid of it immediately because it was not the one that I remembered and that I loved. I will be getting a bottle of that original formula. That's just me. I like what I like. It's just that simple. And this right here is one of the ones that I like, and that would be Tommy Bahama St. Barts. So this next fragrance, I like this fragrance so much, I had to go out and get the KKB edition, and that would be the King Kong bottle. And that fragrance is Jimmy Choo Man Aqua. Like I said, man, I had to get the big boy edition of this bottle because number 1, I got it on a great deal. Number 2, I'm a big fan of the Jimmy Choo line, the men's line. And number 3, this would be my second favorite. My first is Ice, but my second favorite and top of the line for me is Jimmy Choo Man Aqua. Beautiful sprayer. Sensational. I know I sound like Future right now, but this is absolutely sensational. To me, once again, it's not the longest lasting. A lot of summertime fragrances don't last a long time. You may find a few. I do have 2 that I'm going to be talking about today that last a lot longer than this. This is maybe a 4 or 5 hour fragrance at the best. But a lot of the times with me, I either carry a decant, or with this, I'm only carrying a decant because I have no way in hell I'm dragging this bottle around everywhere I go. But like I said, about 4 or 5 hours. Some of your fragrance notes with this one, you got that grapefruit and cardamom. You got the seawater, which really just kind of resonates off your skin, and the heat with the clary sage, the patchouli, and the moss. This is a great fragrance. This right here is spectacular. And to me, now what I will say is this: for what it is, it's spectacular. It's not groundbreaking by any means. It's not something that's going to have you thinking like, oh my God, this is the greatest discovery ever. And then again, for you, I don't know what your scent fragrance journey looks like. I know for me, I have a lot of things that kind of do the same thing, but it has a function and a usefulness in my collection, and I do wear it. So for me, for the price that I paid for this, and once again, I will be linking these in the description box so you can get your hands on them yourself. But yeah, this is definitely one for me in the summer that I'm going to get some good wears out of. I already have this summer, and I will be getting some more, and that would be Jimmy Choo Man Aqua. So the next fragrance that I have coming up smells to me like you are definitely standing by the ocean or on the pier at the beach or something like that. This is one of the best from the Izzy Miyake line, and that would be La Salle de Say. Even the juice suggests sea green. This is a sensational fragrance, guys. Like this One of their best. One of their best. I love Issey Miyake. It's no secret. I'm a big fan of the line. I have several back here of the Izzy Miyake fragrances. This is definitely one of the best in the line. It lasts a little bit longer than a lot of the other Izzy fragrances that you'll find. This one gives me about a good 8 hours, so that's pretty good for this. It becomes more of a skin scent after about 7 hours, but 8 hours longevity is great for me. And the scent and the sillage is phenomenal. It's a phenomenal sillage that you get from this fragrance. A lot of your fragrance notes in this one, you have your sea salt and ginger, you have your middle notes of seaweed and vetiver, and you got your base notes of cedarwood and oak moss. Now, a lot of that seaweed and sea salt, it really it permeates off of your skin. It really it just pumps off of your skin. This is a great fragrance right here. And like I said, one of their best. So once I will be leaving the link in the description box so you guys can check it out for yourself. But yeah, for me, the summertime, if you want that oceanic type of feel, can't go wrong with this one. And that will be Izzy Miyake's, the sound to say. So I stand corrected. I have 3 more fragrances that last a long time on your skin. To say that this one lasts a long time on your skin is a bit of an understatement because it is absolutely nuclear on your skin. Please do not overspray this one, and that would be Lattafa's Atlas. I'm going to spray it in the room, but one spray is, look, I'm not doing any more than that. I might do 3 sprays when I wear it on my skin. Salty, marine, sea breeze, just ambergris, just woodsy. Oh man, this is powerful. It just took over the entire room. Now, don't get me wrong, I love it. It smells amazing, especially out in the air. Out in the air, it is magical. Out in the air, it's absolutely magnificent. But in this closed room, it might be mace. So it's pretty strong. Right near, like I said, it's taking over the entire airspace, and I've sprayed several fragrances already. You guys saw me do it. This just took over everybody. So at this point, nobody else matters that I sprayed before, because this guy right here, he's in the air. You got some of your notes. You got your sea notes, your sea salt, your lemon, your Divana in the middle, and the iris. You also on your base, you got your ambergris, oak moss, and sandalwood. It does get a little bit creamier as it gets to the dry down once you get to that ambergris and oak moss, but it definitely remains sea salt, oceanic. It is a really, really great fragrance, guys. Like I said, out in the air, chef's kiss. In a closed room, don't do that unless you're just going to spray one spray, and at least have the room to be a little bit open, a lot more open than this one, because right now, like I said, man, this thing is I'm breathing in the ocean. That's what I feel. I'm breathing in the ocean. I'm at the front of the boat, and I'm breathing all the ocean in right now. But yeah, this is a great fragrance. At least 10 to 12 hours of longevity is what I've gotten. I had to scrub this stuff off my skin. So I don't know if it's going to do that for you, but for me, 3 sprays is enough. And that would be Lattafa's Atlas. So this next fragrance I recently wore, I believe it maybe a week or 2 ago, and it stayed on my skin through the heat. It stayed on my skin through a little bit of sweat. It was there, and it was there past let's say about 8 hours on my skin, and that would be Eau de Cyan Vertus. So this one here, for me, now this ain't gonna be for everybody, but for me, this fragrance, breathtaking. Oh, I love this. I love this one. Yeah, this is a pause, man. This is a pausable fragrance. I mean, this to me, this suits my taste. This is right up my alley. When I want something different that is not going along the beaten path, this right here definitely quenches that thirst for me. This is one of those just out of this world fragrances that doesn't smell like anything else that I've smelled. Now, I can't tell you what everybody else smelled. I'm not using everybody else's nose. I'm using my nose. And from my nose, nothing that I've smelled smells quite like this. This fragrance right here, I mean, it opens up with sea notes, cypress, sage, and galbanum. But galbanum, I don't know why I said it that way. But the middle notes with the seaweed and the gardenia and the jasmine, so it has a little bit of a floral nature to it. But it's the oak moss and musk that just kind of give it that base and that strength at the back of it. Has a little bit of amber and patchouli, but what you mostly get is the seaweed, the sea notes, and the cypress. It's a little bit spicy, has a little bit of a spicy nature to it that could possibly be coming from the cypress. I'm not sure, but all I know is this fragrance for me is a 10 out of 10. And I don't do the rating things a lot, but in my collection, for me, this is definitely a 10 out of 10. And that would be Eau de Cyan Vertus. So the last fragrance that I got coming up is one that is definitely not going to be for everybody, but it's right up my alley. It is different enough to excite me, but it is appealing enough to smell good to other people. And that would be for Parfumerie Particulière, the Saint Mariner. So this one is newest to the collection, but it's gotten several wearings out of me already. And usually, like I said, for the most part, I don't wear things a lot, but I had to wear this a couple of days in a row. Mostly at the top of the fragrance, you get the rosemary. There's a strong hint of rosemary at the top with that lemon and bergamot. And then as you get to the middle notes, you get to that seawater and the watery notes, lily of the valley, and the spiciness of that pink pepper. It gets pushed from the ambroxan and the vetiver at the end. A lot of that vetiver at the end comes in, and it comes in pretty heavy, but it's not heavy to the point to where it's overbearing. It's rather light. It balances the fragrance out great, but you never lose the seawater notes and the watery notes. It stays watery throughout the entire fragrance. I have to spray this again. This is fun. This is phenomenal. This is a phenomenal fragrance. This is what excites me when it comes to perfumery, when I can smell something different to my nose like this. It lasts over 8 hours for me. It was at least a 9 to 10 hour fragrance for me. It's a really good fragrance. It's like I said, it's not going to be for everyone. So if you go to Scent Decant, I will leave. There's already a description down there. There's already a link down there. Look for this fragrance right here. You can get a decant of this fragrance. Do not buy this without getting a decant and seeing if it's something that it fits your taste. But for me, this is perfectly trying to find the words here. This is perfect for my taste. Trying to just do too much. It's perfect for my taste. It smells amazing. It's definitely something that I would recommend you get a sample of and try for yourself. And that would be Parfumerie Particulière, the Saint Mariner. Well, everybody, that is my time. And the summer is almost over, people. It is so close to being done. Like, I can't believe it. It went by so fast. But if you got any beach days planned, make sure you go ahead and get your vacation time in now so that you can get to somebody's beach, put your feet in somebody's sand, and wear one of these fragrances because they will fit the occasion perfectly. And please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the content because it helps the channel to grow. Make sure you hit the bell icon to be notified every time I upload a video or whenever I go live, because my name is Mr. Diaz Teddy, your fragrance sommelier. And over here, we don't do stink, so please don't be a stink ass. Have a good one.